All right. I know that we're in a really tricky time. It's COVID, it's a pandemic, we're social distancing. But the real question is, how dateable are you during such a wild and crazy time in our lives? I am Jacqueline, founder of Discover Love Matches, and I am so passionate about matching singles, introducing singles, supporting singles, and guiding singles on their love journey. And I know that this crazy virus and situation has really thrown us upside down, but we also have to keep living our lives. We have to be excited and vibrant and feel worthy of something more. And I have had such a rush of new business coming in, of people realizing that they got to kind of shift their perspective on dating. And this is not necessarily easy, but we need to do it because it's not going to change anytime soon in order to meet people. So as I introduce clients and I tell them about each other and encourage dating, the big question is, what's the COVID protocol? Like, what are we supposed to do and still feel like we're moving forward in our dating journey? Well, this is really important to communicate before. You know how I am about communication. So I really want to encourage you to stop and think what's important to you, so that you don't let something stop you and freeze you up and make it so it's so difficult to move forward in your life that you completely miss out. This isn't going away anytime soon. It's going to take time. It's going to take a lot of healthy experiences to get us to a better place. So I want to encourage you to kind of make a list of what your dating protocol is during COVID. I highly suggest that you keep your mask on for the entire time of the date if you're walking and interacting in a activity mode. But then when you sit down and you've placed your order at a restaurant, you can obviously take your mask off to eat and to drink, and then put it back on at the end. And ask the other person how they feel about a hug. If it's feeling like a hug moment, you have to also respect that it might not be a hug moment because of COVID. But all of this combined, it's actually even more important that we really tighten up on our communication, because it's not a matter of how many dates can you get in, it's about dating for quality. So this is why I've always talked about the fact that we focus on quality over quantity, but even more so during COVID. I am doing all that I can from behind the scenes to support you, but you still have to show up. This is why the virtual events, I know that a lot of you are having a hard time making the shift. You'd rather just, walk into a cool event and mingle and have a good time and have something fun to do. But that's just not an option for us at this time. But we do have this amazing ability to connect virtually. I know it's kind of crazy. It's a world we never really thought we'd have to get into, but it's actually working. It's actually super cool. And we're having a lot of fun. And I'm amazed. We have so many matches, so many people getting together afterwards. So even though I have to introduce you on a virtual level, once you guys have made a spark, a connection, a friendships, and flirting's happening, then you take it offline. So just because you meet initially at a virtual event, you don't have to stay there. It's not stuck. Yes, you're going to stay healthier that way, but also we can socially distance even on a date. We can sit at the ends of the tables and the park benches. We can take walks from a little bit of a distance, get out, enjoy the fresh air, especially this time of year. I mean, there's just no reason not to be getting out and having a good time. But this is your life. This is your journey. This is about you. You can't keep waiting for other things to happen and perfectly line up. When you show up for what matters, you get the results. You make so much happen in a positive way because you're moving in a positive direction. What I find so often for people is that they get caught in whatever the obstacle is. Yes, this is a pandemic. I mean, it's pretty big, but also you have to think about what are the other excuses you've used and reasons and obstacles and challenges that have delayed you getting started and active in your dating journey. There's so much happening, but this has really become our new normal. So I want to challenge you to find ways to become more engaged in your dating success, whether it's joining our virtual events, of course, but also saying yes to dates, saying yes for opportunities to meet great people. And then when you do this, you allow yourself a chance to just start getting a fresh story. I hear so many people just sad or lonely or feeling disconnected because they're staying in such a tight, narrow little bubble. But you know what? There's a beautiful world to explore. There are amazing people right next door to you. There are people everywhere that are also wishing and craving and desiring connection. So I want to know what you are doing to make yourself more dateable. Are you communicating where you're at on the COVID journey? Are you letting people know where your comfort boundaries are? Are you willing to meet someone as long as the rules are set ahead, how close you're going to get, what kind of communication you're going to have, and any physical touching is going to be obviously discussed, just like it should be anyways. This is really an important time for you to have your voice. So I want you to think about ways to become more dateable instead of thinking of ways that you have to keep running and hiding from all that's happening, because this is today, you've only got. So step up, choose more, add all that joy, and let yourself laugh again, let yourself flirt again, let yourself love and be loved. I am Jacqueline, and we're going to keep this conversation going, but I'd love for you to comment below what you are doing to keep your dating energy in a positive way during such a crazy time in our world. I look forward to chatting with you again soon.